Finally, we've been having some technical difficulties, but we're good to go right now. Mike, is it just me, or maybe your leagues are going well? You're what, in 5 leagues, 5 fantasy leagues,
Four
4.
leagues.
Do you have like a sick feeling like this week, like just all this craziness going on, injuries and busts and inconsistencies? I just feel like my teams are like messy. Like I'm in a mess right now.
That was me this past week. I lost in all 4 leagues, which hasn't happened to me until last week. So, that's just part of fantasy. But yeah, hopefully I want to bounce back this week. I made some big trades that maybe we can talk about. But yeah,
That's not
I'm hoping to
me.
bounce back.
My
I
record's
know.
good. I
Okay.
feel sick because like some leagues I don't have a tight end because I go get a
Ooh.
Chris Herndon like 5 weeks before anyone else does, and then he gets hurt. I have OJ Howard, who they're giving me this coach speak like, what did I didn't see that one, but you said like 3-4 weeks ago you said that Bruce Arians said he's
Yeah.
gonna get more looks, right?
Yes. Yeah. And they're saying it again
Yeah,
this week.
Brian Leftwich is like OJ Howard's time's gonna come, and I feel like deep down I feel like it's true, but then we've seen Sean McVay lie about Gurley so many times. Like you can't. That basically means nothing when a coach says. I mean, shoot, you can actually bank on it meaning the opposite more times than not.
Well, yeah, this season so far, he hasn't had one like meaningful game the whole season.
It's averaging like one reception a game.
Not good. If you drafted him in the fifth, sixth round, which a lot of people did, not good. Not good return on investment.
Jorge says OJ Howard to the Pats, and I've been hearing
Wow,
this
that would
rumor
be.
a lot. It's just that he's on his rookie contract, and for the Bucks to trade him, I would need something extremely good. Why trade him?
What about for a first round pick? I would do it in a heartbeat, or a
I don't think
second
that's
round pick even.
realistic.
I think a third is realistic.
Or like two, like a little package. Two third
Sure.
rounds or a third in a play, like something.
I think you gotta have a big high because he was a first round pick, so you gotta at least get a second, I think, or a high third.
Well, that's thinking of it from the Bucks perspective. I would need a lot to trade away OJ Howard, who's a blocker, too. And from the Pat side, I don't know if I want to give up too much, but they might seem desperate. I don't know what's going on there. They have
They need an upgrade.
a lot of injuries to receivers, fullbacks, tight ends. Like they could use someone like OJ Howard for sure. Help the O
Any
line
chance
out.
they bring back AB?
Well, AB
Is there
wants to
any
play
chance?
again. He says, if you're paying me, might as well play me.
I mean, he's technically right. I agree with that. I mean, I don't know how realistic that is, but it makes sense for both parties. But I just don't see them, going back on their word.
Christopher is a Pats fan. He says Pats' deepest position is cornerback. They could package one with a pick.
They're not gonna do that.
What would actually make sense, though, what you're saying? Because the
What?
Bucks defense is actually okay. It's just their pass coverage is horrible. So if they got a cornerback and a pick for OJ Howard,
They're not gonna do that because it's a corner. A corner who's actually good in their defense is way more valuable than
yeah, you
OJ
need a
Howard.
corner who's actually good.
Yeah, like
Like a
that doesn't
four
make any
string
sense.
cornerback's not gonna help
Yeah,
your defense.
good try though. I like your creativity.
Because you know why? Because Chris knows that once OJ Howard goes to the Pats, he's gonna ball out, and the team's gonna keep going undefeated because they'll know how to use him. Like, it's good. So yeah, why I'm feeling crazy is just there's so much going on, and this is one strategy I've been utilizing. I just learned this off
Ooh,
season. It's a
interesting.
very good strategy, and it's something you could use, Mike, and a lot of other people could use. So first of all, you have to have like a deep bench.
Okay.
A league that if you have 5 or less bench spots, you can't do this. So if you got enough bench spots, what you're gonna do is add a handcuff the last minute. So just as an example, let's say it's Monday Night Football. You have, one free spot. The Cowboys are playing. You go and add Tony Pollard off free agency. You don't waste a waiver claim, nothing. You add Tony Pollard. If Zeke gets hurt, boom, you got Tony Pollard. And then you drop him. If Zeke doesn't get hurt, you drop him next week and then rinse and repeat. So guys like Wayne Gallman, guys like Chase Edmunds, this is how I ended up with them.
So for Thursday night games is what you're saying.
Well, you could do it for any game. I just gave you an example. You could do this Wednesday afternoon. Just pick a random handcuff. What's the best handcuff you think? Right, so that's going to be like a rock arm. I'm just sounding like way in general. Okay, so just
Madison.
Yeah, there you go. Madison's the best one I've always said, but Dalvin Cook's healthy, so he's not the best exactly right now.
Malcolm Brown then.
No. What you're saying is right. Yeah, I am talking in general. Okay. So yeah, if there was no injuries, I would say Madison's the best handcuff. But anyone, Rock Armstead, Madison, Chase Edmunds, Malcolm Brown, whatever. Or if you're in a super deep league, Darrell Henderson. If you're in a 16-team league or deeper, whatever it may be, you go add that handcuff because you usually don't care that much about the 16th player on your team, right? The 17th player. Like the league me and you are in, the couch, I have 18 players on my team, 2 IR spots.
Yeah.
So the 18th player on your roster isn't that big of a deal. Chris throws out another one, Gio Bernard. There you go. Me and Chris are in a dynasty league together, so we got like 24 player rosters or something like that.
What about Nyheim Hines?
I don't know, we're getting into gross. But yeah, we got Marlon Mack who could get banged up. So yeah, definitely. But he's not really, the one that's gonna, go off if Mack gets hurt. So maybe not the best, But in a deep league,
everyone always says that Mack is more valuable than Wilkins because he can catch and they're like always going to be behind.
Oh, Hines, you mean is better than Wilkins? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we're talking about this strategy. It's not necessarily like the best handcuff. Nyheim Hines maybe not a top 10 handcuff.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because the RB1 goes down. Now the RB2 is a baller. Wayne Gallman, probably Rock Armstead, all the other guys we name. And so that's a strategy, and I've actually implemented it. And so I have Chase Edmonds in 2 leagues. Not off waivers, off free agency. And I have Gallman in 1 league, off free agency. Mm-hmm. And so this strategy is a very good one to implement. And really the only time you can't do it is when you don't have a deep bench spot or when the bye weeks are hitting hard. And so, of course, I'm not going to have a guy like, Gio Bernard or somebody, if I'm, I'm trying to win this week. But you guys get this. You guys know what the heck I'm talking about. So we want to talk about handcuffs. So right now, the research I've been doing shows that David Johnson is going to probably play. But that's that's a guess. I'm not there. I'm not in the building. And here's the thing, is that they might not know if he's going to play or not either. So let's just see how he practices Friday. If he doesn't practice Friday, I would panic. If he practices limited, I'm back to being like, I don't know what the heck's going on. And if he practices in full, I think that's pretty much a guarantee he's going to play.
I agree. That's usually how it goes.
Mike stays frozen.
No, again?
Yeah.
Wow.
This has been we have to upgrade our equipment, guys. It's fine. Your pose this is a very good pose. You got the hat showing.
Good. Nice.
You look very serious.
Nice. Okay, good. I try to stay like neutral. Like nothing too crazy.
You look like you're 3-2 in your fantasy league. It's a good look, man. I like it. It's very solid.
That's good. I'm only a complimentary piece on the show anyways. Hussein is the star.
Yeah. Pretty much. Frozen Mike in the beard.
It's like a meme now though, so that's good.
Everyone knows the deal. They're accustomed to it. And the audio
Frozen Mike shirts.
The audio listeners Frozen Mike. That's cool. You get the little blue colors in there. Yeah, I like it. The audio listeners have no idea what we're talking about, and it doesn't affect them.
It's a treat for everyone.
So Chase Edmunds would definitely get a huge role going against the Falcons. David Johnson's back tightened up, but he still played through it, and so that's a big sign, and that's why I think he's going to play. Totally not biased, guys. Like I said, I have Chase Edmunds in 2 leagues. Matter of fact, 1 league, I don't even have David Johnson in that league, so it would really and I'm a little desperate, so it would really help me out. But I want David Johnson to play. He's a star player. I like seeing him play Sundays. And then we have the Todd Gurley. What do you think? What do you think about Todd Gurley? Is he gonna play?
Todd Gurley. So should I tell him about the trade now, or what do you think?
Do it. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, yeah. You can do whatever.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm a Todd Gurley. I have Todd Gurley on my team, and this is a crazy story. So I didn't even know he was hurt, right? This was like on Wednesday afternoon before the announcement that he came hurt. So I have him. I wanted to trade. I knew that the person in my league who had Saquon wanted to trade him. He didn't like any of the offers he was getting. So I was like, you know what? I'll try. Like, I'll take a stab at it. So I offered him Todd Gurley for Saquon straight up. He counters back with Todd Gurley and Tyler Lockett for Saquon and Marvin Jones. So I took that. I accepted it.
What was the final trade again?
That was it. That was
what
the
was
final
it? No,
trade.
say it again.
Okay, so I had Todd Gurley and Tyler Lockett, who I traded for Saquon Barkley and Marvin Jones.
That's not a horrible trade for that person because they got
But this is the thing. So that was before, literally maybe 30 minutes before the injury news came out.
He's probably thinking like he got over on you, kind of. He's probably like,
yeah.
I mean, I got a great deal, yeah.
Yeah, because I gave him a legit deal. Yeah. I'm thinking like, okay, he's playing the Niners this week. That's not great, and then he has a bye in like 2 weeks, so I kind of wanted to. And then I also know that there's a good chance his knee's gonna like act up any minute now, and also it was his highest value, I think, that he'll ever be. He just scored 2 touchdowns. So it was more of like I'm selling high on Gurley and buying low on Saquon.
It wasn't like a killer performance. It was more like those Aaron Jones performances where the touchdown saved him.
Yes, correct. And I realize that because I've been watching him every week. I know he's not getting like a lot of yards. I know that he's just getting the touchdowns, which kind of like artificially boosts his value. And I've been watching Saquon, as we've been talking about every episode, and he looks great. He should come back in week 7 against Arizona. So it's crazy because like as soon as we make the trade, then the news comes out, and then like everyone immediately starts hating it in the league. Like they're like trying to veto, and they were 1 veto away. So it took 24 hours to get to like push it through. So on the 23rd hour, they needed 1 more veto, but it was able to get through.
Was he lobbying to get vetoes?
Even the guy who traded to me, everyone was like panicking. Like the top teams, they didn't want me to get Saquon. So they were like trying to have this campaign for me to get vetoed, but
that
they needed 1 more veto.
That one guy didn't answer his phone in time. Be like, oh, I would have vetoed this if I just.
No, they just, I don't know. I really don't know, but they knew what was going on. They just didn't want to be like, because it's a fair trade. You know what I mean? Like, how could you veto that? What's unfair
and
about
I've changed my view on trading. I feel like vetoing is really not like
it's like hating.
There's no don't veto basically. In short,
unless it's like extreme. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. But if it is extreme, then the commissioner would would have the right to step in anyway. You see what I mean?
Like it shouldn't have to come to a vote. You know what I mean? It should be known like right away. Like that's unfair.
If a person makes a bad trade, then it needs to go through. Now, if there's serious, if you seriously think there is some kind of collusion going on, then that needs to be vetoed. But then that's like a bigger. Then why do you have that? Like, why are you kicking it with this guy who's
exactly
who's like trying to do like, all right, I'll give you half if I win type of like that's like the dumbest thing. Like we don't play with guys like that. And so, in general, vetoing is not a good thing.
But it wasn't unfair because I'm giving him a top 10 wide receiver in Lockett. I was giving a running back that was way more productive than Saquon has been throughout the year. And I'm getting like Marvin Jones in return and a player who's injured currently, and we don't know really when he's going to come back. So if you look at it that way, it's like, how could you say that's unfair?
Well, it's not about the fair. It's really what happened was the status quo changed immediately after the trade, and everyone was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're going to ball out. That's what I just traded for Sterling Shepard, and he got hurt. Not like now, like a week ago, whatever. I got Sterling Shepard, he got hurt. That doesn't deserve any type of vetoing or anything. I just got unlucky. I traded him, he got hit in the head. I traded him, he got hit in the head.
It happens, man. It happens.
No need to. I'm vetoing because Sterling Shepard got hit in the head right after Brain hit the accept button. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Albie, exactly. Speaking of trades, Albie has a trade. He says, I got Barkley and Mike Williams for Juju and Engram. Is that a good deal, Couch? I think the side with Saquon Barkley is better because it's Saquon Barkley.
Wait, what was the receiver you got?
I don't know which side's which because people.
All right, Saquon.
One side is Saquon and Mike Williams.
Yeah.
The other side is Juju and Mark Engram.
Saquon has way more upside. That side has way more upside.
You just gotta the side with Saquon. So if you got Engram, that's not good, I would say. I mean, it's not horrible. Like, Mark Engram should ball out this week, but that's I want to see Saquon with Daniel Jones.
Yes,
I want to see that. He could be RB1, number one running back.
He does get confused by I think it's just because he's playing the Pats, and they confused him tonight a lot, and he looked really bad at points. And I don't foresee that happening every week.
That's the best. It is the best defense in the league, and they were missing all their pieces. Not like they missed. Missed everybody.
Ingram, they were missing shit. Yeah.
And then you got
that shouldn't even count for against Daniel Jones.
Who's starting it? Like, who thought Daniel Jones was gonna ball out? Like, this. He did exactly what we thought he would do. Like,
yeah, I think he did actually better.
Well, he did. He made some really good plays, but he also made some really bad ones, and that's bad for a quarterback.
But who was he throwing to? He was throwing to Slayton. What did we expect for him to do?
Yeah.
He was playing with third string.
Golden Tate.
Targets.
Rhett Ellison.
Yeah, Tate was good.
Rhett Ellison.
Rhett Ellison.
You know who I'm actually the most mad about is John Hilleman, who fumbled away. He fumbled away his career. Because this is a good audition for his career. Like, okay, I can go, not be on a practice squad someplace else. Nobody wants him on his team now. Average running back at best that fumbles. It's like,
well, that's why he's a fourth-string running back.
Third string. Well, I don't know. Actually, after today, he will probably go to fourth string. Why would you want that guy suiting up on Sundays?
You don't. He's a Nathan Peterman, a running back.
For now, I guess that's what we got. Yeah, a bit of a stretch there. What else we got to talk about? We're gonna do Mike's.
What about Herndon? You want to talk about Herndon at all?
Yeah, let's do it. But we're gonna talk about a little bit tight ends. That's what's giving me my sick feeling in my leagues.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about we have a special fantasy contest coming out, giving away big prizes. We're gonna announce that in a little bit, and just a quick thank you to our sponsors, Monkey Knife Fight. Me and Mike got our corporate attire on. We have our Monkey Knife Fight hats. Mike's currently frozen, but that frame looks very good. You
can see the hat in the frame.
His name is Furious George. Furious with a F. That's the name of the monkey on there. So you got the Furious George emblem showing. And buy low, sell high. And so you wanted to talk about Chris says Hammy Herndon. I guess that's his new nickname.
What is it?
Hammy Herndon.
Oh, that's sad.
So can we, off the top of our heads, go over all the tight ends we've lost? So we have, TJ Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson might be revived. He might come back.
He's back. I just picked him up off waivers.
Yeah, he's probably going to play. Oh, here's my sleeper, because we were going to do that one segment, kind of. Okay. My sleeper is Vernon Davis.
Whoa.
Playing against the Dolphins. He should be coming back.
Is he healthy?
I think so. He's looking like he's going to play. He's practiced, I think, 2 times in a row. He's going to probably play. He's going against the Dolphins. Doesn't
Who's
matter.
throwing
They're
those?
playing the Dolphins.
I just hope it's not Haskins.
Dude.
Because
Oh no, it's not Haskins. It's gonna be
good.
Case Keenum if he's healthy.
Okay, good. I like that then. If it's Case Keenum, I don't want Colt McCoy.
Dolphins can't stop anybody. So Vernon Davis is my guy that's always available on waivers, free agency, that you can actually start this week if you need a tight end. And man, who else have we? Njoku on IR. Hunter Henry should be coming back within a couple weeks. Jordan Reed's been out. So many tight ends. Chris Herndon injured his hamstring.
That's sad.
Just destroys my team. Who else has been?
Hunter Henry?
Yeah, I already said that one.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I feel like Mark Andrews has been like, he always gets hurt somehow, but he always ends up playing somehow. I don't know.
Fine.
Oh, Vance McDonald.
Vance McDonald. Yeah, there you
Vance
go.
McDonald. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Vernon Davis. I don't think it's a whatchamacallit. It's not 100% that he's cleared to play, but he's heading in the direction that he's going to play. So he's been practicing, and he should clear. I think he's in concussion protocol, so he should clear the last stage, or I don't know what's going on, but it's I'd say 99% he's gonna play. Yeah, I mean,
wow,
you shouldn't have drafted any Vikings tight ends to begin with, guys. I wouldn't do that.
Mistake. Yeah. Huge mistake.
Rather went with Jason Witten. Ooh, George Swaim this week. Jaguars starting tight end is another sleeper.
Okay. So wait, is this the tight end watch segment, or is that still
do whatever we want to do? If you want to do is this tight end watch?
I guess we'll just. I mean, we're already talking about
tight end watch. Okay.
Let's just talk. Let's just start now.
Gerald Everett.
You know, Gerald Everett. I picked him up this week in Couch League. I had the 5th waiver selection. I don't know how I got him. I thought for sure someone ahead of me would. And I'm super happy because he's had double-digit targets the last 2 games. You know, he looks like a big part of their offense now. He's the guy that McVay drafted. He was a high draft pick, right? Like a
I don't know, but he's really good though. That's one I really like, especially if Brandon Cooks is out.
Yeah. So before that, I had to start Witten every week, and actually, which is even crazier. In the beginning of the season, I had Olsen. I dropped him before week 1. So, and then he blew up as soon as I dropped him. Then I had Will Dissly. Then I dropped him to pick up Jimmy Graham. And then it's been like a terrible, tight end carousel ever since. I was able to get Witten. He isn't good. And then now, finally, I have Everett. So I'm hoping that turns around my season. I've lost the last 2 games. Hoping for the best this week.
Yeah, Everett's good. I have Herndon and OJ Howard, and I would start Everett over those 2. I mean, obviously, obviously, one's gonna get me 0, and the other's gonna get me.
They both might
2
get
points.
0.
Yeah.
Or -2.
And we forgot another injured tight end. I don't know how. Evan Engram while naming him off.
Oh yeah, Evan Engram. Man, that is rough.
Why drop Dissly? Because Mike's an idiot, and I'm an idiot. I dropped Dissly too.
Yeah, see, it was like before week 2 or something.
But I was talking about him. You're like, Will Dissly. Why would you want to keep him in Dynasty?
No, I was a hater because he's known as a blocking tight end, and then they already had DJ Metcalf, and I just didn't see. No one saw this. You're crazy if you thought.
I dropped him after week 1.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
In a dynasty league.
I'm pretty sure it was
stupid. I'm still beating
That's stupid of me.
And I traded the Pats D to Chris, who's in the chat right now.
Oh God, that's even.
And the Pats D is like, dude, Pats D is like better than most running backs.
You are not that good for that move.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's a defense. I thought I was getting over.
I know.
I'd be like, I'll be fine. Yeah, trade away a defense, like, all right.
But that's why tight ends, it's so crazy. Like, we really have to shine a light on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been nuts. So even though the top tight ends haven't panned out, it's still a huge advantage if you're able to draft a Ertz or Kittle or Kelsey, who should blow up this week. Is Herndon worth an ad, Couch? Well, I've been saying he's been worth an ad, but just expect him to miss 1 or 2 weeks.
2 weeks for sure. He'll be back in not this week, not next week, but I think the next.
I think he's going to be really
good.
good. He just has to get healthy. That team really needs him.
Just get on the field, Chris. That's all you have to do, please.
Hammy Herndon. Yeah.
Hammy Herndon. Wow,
All right.
that's so true.
Mike, I'm going to need some cooperation from you.
Okay.
So we're going to enter this at the same time. So head on over to monkeyknifefight.com.
Okay.
And we have a special couch. It's couch fam only, guys. It's a couch fam only 1 week fantasy challenge. I'm going to bring it up right here. We teamed up with Monkey Knife Fight. They're giving away a bunch of prizes. I'm giving away a bunch of prizes.
What are you giving away?
And we need your support. Otherwise, this podcast won't last much longer.
Help us.
No, it'll still last, but it'll really help us. And I wanted to hype it up by throwing in a couple prizes. And so I'll explain it all. Top 5 win a prize. It's couch fam only, so there shouldn't be too many people entering. Top fantasy team will win first place. And so first place gets 100 Monkey Knife Fight dollars. So basically $100 to spend on Monkey Knife Fight. That's a lot of contests you can enter, by the way.
That's like 100 contests at least.
Well, 50 technically. Yeah, it's
50.
You win.
50,
you'll be set for.
You're gonna win so much that
Yeah, you'll surely win some of them because it's easy to win there. And so
Angelo's been winning already.
Yeah, we have friends that have already been. Look, I love it. I'm winning.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy, dude. You just pick 1 player, 2 players, 3 players. Enter, boom. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So first place gets 100 Monkey Knife Fight dollars and $100 jersey from NFL Shop. Second place gets 40 MKF dollars and a Couch Fam t-shirt. So one of these right here, either orange or black, whichever one you want. And then third place gets 30 MKF dollars. Fourth place gets 20 MKF dollars. Fifth place gets 10 MKF dollars. All you got to do is follow the link below or just go to monkeyknifefight.com, deposit with promo code COUCH, and then you just got to enter the fantasy challenge contest. It's where you pick 3 players to score the most points. So you just pick the 3 players, and I'll do it right now. Pick 3 players. Are
we doing the one from the Carolina Bucks game?
You do the I think it's called Star Shootout.
I thought it was Fantasy Challenge.
Fantasy Challenge, yeah, but
yeah.
Oh, you can do it from whatever, but if you can do the early games, that's the one you want to enter.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm gonna do it right now too, and then I'm just going over the rules. So you pick 3 players, set a goal, and then set the price you want to buy in at, and then hit submit. You can enter as many times as you want. And so the more times you enter, the higher chance you have of winning. And you get to win whatever prize is on Monkey Knife Fight. So you're playing Monkey Knife Fight normally. So, let's say you enter $5 and you win. You'll win $15 cash. And then you'll also be entered on our leaderboards to be able to win one of those top 5 prizes. First place, of course, is that NFL jersey. That authentic stuff, not no fake stuff. You get like a Saquon or Kittle or Mahomes or Lamar Jackson. And yeah, we'll have the leaderboards up there. So we're going to enter right now just to show how easy it is. Let's go. When I did it, it was easy, right? You go to MKF.
I picked Dalvin Cook, Will Fuller, and Nick Chubb.
And the fantasy challenge?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got it, right? You're good.
Yeah, I got it.
So go to new game or play now and then hit Star Shootout, right?
Yes.
Or Star Shootout early games and then click Fantasy Challenge. Okay.
Ooh, I'm doing it.
And then let's pick 3 players right now.
I got mine. I told you. Dalvin Cook. I think Will Fuller has another back-to-back big game. And then I think Nick Chubb has a bounce-back game.
Yeah, Nick Chubb's a good one. I'm going to go with... Let's go with Hopkins, Chubb,
ooh,
and Mike Thomas is kind of safe though. Like you love him to score, but he's kind of safe,
Too safe, yeah.
Like I don't know if he has the most upside.
Doesn't. Will Fuller has the most upside.
Well, you pick Fuller, so I'm gonna go Hopkins.
Yeah,
Switch it up.
That's good. Cover all bases. Yeah, I like it.
And then I'll go with Kamara. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Hopkins, Chubb, and Kamara. I'm gonna pick the lowest goal because I'm like that. I like to win small. That's what I like to do.
Win small, baby.
You do $2 or $5 entry. Let's just do 5.
I did 5.
And then submit.
I went big. Yeah. I went all the way.
And that's it. So we're entered. Don't let us win, though.
Yeah.
We want one of you guys to win. So that's all you guys got to do. It's an awesome giveaway. Really helps support the channel. So really appreciate if you guys do enter. Again, just head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code COUCH when you deposit. Or just follow the link below in the description. Go to Star Shootout, early games or late games. And you can enter any of them. Just make sure you enter the fantasy challenge. Pick 3 players. Pick your goal. Submit. You'll win the Monkey Knife Fight prize that's on there. So you'll get a chance to win real cash. And then you get a chance to be on the leaderboards and win one of these. Like I said, not too many people entering, so your chances are pretty nice. And if you guys have any trouble or any questions, hit me up on social media, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Fantasy Couch. You can find me. I'll get you squared away. Trying to get as many people to enter as possible. And I really appreciate you guys.
It's fun, too. It's actually really fun. Like, not just because they're partners. I genuinely enjoy playing.
It's super easy. We just got to get more people to hop on there. Needs our driver's license. Not when we signed up. No, definitely not.
If you're in Nevada, you can't play it.
Well, don't tell them that.
I'm just saying.
There's a bunch of states.
But Nevada is like the main one.
You know what you do if you're in Nevada? Just walk across the border. Go to Lake Tahoe.
Oh, yeah.
That's the dumbest one, though. That's the dumbest one. When you told me that was Nevada.
Why is that dumb?
Because it's like the most sin in one state. And it's like,
that's why they want to keep it. They don't want any outsiders.
They're so greedy. They're like, oh, yeah. You have, the only place you can play MKF is in this building here. And they have to have this. It's the dumbest thing ever. But I mean, I get the motivation.
Yeah, it's business.
They're like, see, we don't want these guys. We don't want these guys taking a cut. See, we're gonna keep them out of our town.
You're gonna end up on the bottom of Lake Tahoe. See, you don't act right.
We're gonna bury you in the Mojave Desert. See.
Oh, God.
What's next? Next topic.
Moving on. Should I start my you tell me.
Oh, Leo says asking for your driver's license.
Just don't do it, Leo.
You signed up normally. You didn't ask you for your license, did it?
I don't think any website asks for your license unless it's like the DMV.
No, it didn't ask for. This guy's just probably messing.
Probably.
No way.
Don't give him your social security, Leo.
It doesn't ask. All you gotta do is deposit $10. I don't know what that's about. Yeah.
It's okay. He'll figure it out. I believe in you, Leo.
Okay. So you want to do a Q&A now, or let's do Q&A right after this?
Yeah.
So that way they can form their thoughts.
So do you want me to do my list?
Yes. So Mike's buy lows and sell high.
My buy low, sell high list. Okay, my first buy low for the week is Le'Veon Bell.
Love it.
So a lot of people drafted Le'Veon Bell probably, in the middle to late first round. Is that about right? And if you did, you were treated to a great week 1 performance where he scored a touchdown and he got a lot of touches. And he had 20 points. A lot of leagues, he had over 20 points. Second week, he didn't do as great. He did go over 100 yards total, but he has yet to go over 100 yards rushing so far this season. What's good about picking him up now, he's already had his bye in week 4. So what people don't realize is he's basically a wide receiver masquerading as a running back. He had 9 targets last week, and he's had 9 and 10 targets the first 2 weeks. So he's basically a receiver coming out the backfield. And with Darnold back, I think he's going to utilize him a lot. He's going to get all those PPR points that you guys are looking for. I think the rushing stats go up too a little bit. He plays Dallas this week. I think this is a good bounce back game for him. And then he has Miami, a great matchup in week 9. So I've seen him in a lot of trades. So if you can get him, now is the time. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think in PPR you're 100% right. In non-PPR, I honestly don't know. That's a tough one. Because you might have to overpay is also.
But I play in PPR. Like real players play PPR. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna acknowledge like people that play standard. Yeah, at this point,
it's a great buy low for PPR.
I'm just gonna assume you all are in a PPR league. Yeah, that's the world I want to live in.
That's what I do as well.
Yes. Okay. The next guy's similar target is Damian Williams. Now he's been out the past 2 weeks. He came back briefly in week 5 against the Colts, but what a lot of people were looking for was like, okay, they traded for LaShawn McCoy. What's going to happen, if LaShawn McCoy has been doing well, like when Damian Williams is healthy enough to play, which he was against Indianapolis in week 5, and the answer we got was he got his starting job back, which was a great sign for those who drafted Damian Williams with a 3rd-round pick, which I did in the Couch League. He's a great PPR back. He usually gets a handful of receptions. He had 3 receptions. He had one game where he had 48 yards receiving. So he's definitely a great target in that offense. He makes Darrell Williams kind of irrelevant now. So he's definitely a target who hasn't been performing well, but has a lot of upside. He goes to Houston this week. That should be a high-scoring shootout. And then Denver the week after that. Damian Williams.
I think he's the opposite of Todd Gurley, as in what he's done. And so Todd Gurley's been in these crazy shootouts where he's had to have chances to score. But Damian Williams looked really good against the Colts. It's just the Colts played the perfect game. They milked the clock. They ran the ball. They played sound defense. Is that what we're going to see against, Chiefs games will usually be shootouts like this one coming up. So if you got to buy him, definitely buy him before the Texans games. You got to buy him now.
Buy now. You have to act now.
Yeah, he'll get the receptions, he'll get the yards, and touchdowns should hopefully come. I love this buy low Damian Williams.
Yes, and a lot of people as well are scared of the Chiefs running back by committee situation, and I'm sure they're trying to get out of that perceived timeshare. So, if there's a player who is like that, that's the kind of player you want to target. So a quarterback here for my third buy low is Josh Allen. Now, I was really high on Josh Allen the first 3 weeks before he faced the Pats in week 4. He's had some tough matchups. He had Tennessee right after that and a bye. So a lot of people, including myself, dropped Josh Allen in week 3. But before that, he's a quarterback with great upside. And the best part about him moving forward is that, he's going to be off his bye next week. And as soon as he gets off his bye, he has great matchups. He has the Dolphins in week 7, Eagles in week 8, Washington in week 9, Cleveland week 10, and Dolphins again in week 11. So if you were high on Josh Allen before week 4 and you dropped him, now's the time to pick him back up or trade for him. Do whatever you have to do because he has some great matchups, lots of upside. So I think he's definitely a QB1 type player if everything goes well and he's able to get John Brown the ball.
I kind of disagree here. I think Josh Allen is okay, but I wouldn't trade any pieces for him. I would add him off free agency.
I mean, he's more so an ad. Like, he's probably on your free agent list, probably. Especially since
I would not trade for him because he hasn't been passing that well, and a lot of his ups, he's got to hit the deep ball and he's got to score rushing touchdowns.
That's likely to happen.
Yeah, I mean that is his game, but it's it's just not. I just don't foresee that many touchdowns for him. Still, as a QB2 to get off free agency, which he is, he's available in a lot of leagues. That's fine. Let's see if he improves after this bye week. Maybe he was a little banged up or whatever. Let's see how he does after this bye
QB pool
week.
is likely very shallow in your league right now. Like, if you look around, there's not a lot of upside there.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me, like, do I start Baker Mayfield? So
Yeah,
that means it's shallow. Yeah,
it's shallow. Yeah, everyone thought like, oh, there's all these quarterbacks,
there's
but now none. So Josh Allen's like a perfect, like, now that his bye week is over after this week, like, it's all green pastures for
Devlin
Josh Allen.
Hodges, baby.
Exactly.
Do you even know who that is?
No.
That's Mason Rudolph's backup.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but we'll find out.
I feel smart because I know his name. It's one that I almost forget every time. So he's probably starting this week. That's how bad. A lot of teams starting their third string quarterback this week, like a Luke Falk. Not that.
I hope we never
year.
see Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard. Please, God, no. I hope.
Don't even put that out in the air.
I know I shouldn't have.
Jimmy G dominate.
No, don't say it. But we lost. So I went to the Niners game, everyone. Great game, by the way. We dismantled the Browns on Monday Night Football. Bosa got his revenge on Baker for the flag plant at Ohio State. So that was another side thing. And then we had Dapgate with Richard Sherman and Baker, which is another great thing. But yeah, Jimmy G, I hope he stays healthy. But we lost Juszczyk, the best blocking.
Everybody loves him.
We lost McGlinchey, our right tackle of the future, and then we still don't have Staley.
McGlinchey's out?
Yeah,
oh my God.
We are in trouble. It's not good.
That sucks.
That's bad.
Because Joe Staley's already out.
Yes. So now our top left tackle, our top right tackle, and our top blocking fullback are out.
Wait, is McGlinchey done for the year?
I don't know, but it's gonna be a couple weeks. It's not soon.
Damn.
I know. I had to relay.
Nonetheless, the game of the week is Niners-Rams.
Yes.
Even if you're not a Niner fan or a Rams fan, that's the game of the week. If the Niners can beat the Rams, it's over. Everyone needs to shut up. It's not a good team anymore.
Can we play the Pats in the Super Bowl? Is that possible?
Yeah, they're AFC. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that could happen, everybody.
Oh, that game would be. I'd be scared. I'd be so scared facing the Pats. That'd be
Tom Brady should be scared.
Yeah. Because it's not an ordinary pass rush. And that's what you need if you're going to rely on the pass rush. You need the extraordinary pass rush.
Yes. You need a one with 5 to 6 first-round picks in it, which we have.
You need something crazy because a really good pass rush can't get to Brady. If you got a crazy one like the one the Niners have,
it has to be an all-time great pass rush. That's what has to be.
That's what the Niners got, man. It's crazy. And if you're double teaming Nick Bosa every play, that's gonna open up other players. Like,
even if you do, he could still get there.
He still gets past double teams.
He still get there. So just know that, people out there.
I think he's the highest pressure rate.
Highest rated, yeah.
23.5%. That's like a team. Like a team would. I think that's a good number for a whole team to get every time a quarterback drops back.
He's a monster.
This guy's like he's like a D-line of his own. Like, it's crazy. Just him. Wow. That was quite a good draft pick. Can't believe people were hating on that.
I can't believe that the Cardinals drafted Kyler Murray.
Hey, I like it. Jorge, yes, Texans, Chiefs. That's the one that people think's the game. Sure.
That is a good game. I was actually at that game last season.
Look, I get it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but the real game.
But yeah, it's definitely Niners Rams for me because the Niners are undefeated. Can they hold it? And I really want to find out. That's going to be crazy. Both teams are going to be playing hard. Leo says, sorry, Couch tried getting in, but it keeps asking me for my address. No, yeah, you have to. Do you have to enter your address?
I don't think so.
Well, if you put in a credit card, you got to put in your billing address.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not. Yeah.
You guys act like you haven't bought anything online before. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon asks for your address.
It's the internet,
right?
guys.
I mean, it's not that.
Come on. be scared.
All I
I'm
can
still
say, we partnered up with them. Like, it's not bad. It's totally fine. We play on there. Our friends play on there. Couch Fam plays on there. And what's like, a lot of people like hesitant to hop on it because it's like, oh, it's another site you got to hop on. But once people start playing, they're like DM me like this one guy, what's his name, Chris or Chaz on the Facebook. He's like, oh man, I've played Monkey Knife Fight. It's pretty awesome. Like, who's your picks this week? Like, I was like, man, I told you. So yeah, it's really awesome to play. Oh, Sell High.
Sell high. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? This one's very controversial because obviously he's coming off the best game of the season, and that's Tyler Boyd. Now, I have Tyler Boyd, and he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. But this is the highest his value is going to be, okay? He played against a terrible Arizona Cardinals secondary last week. He got 10 receptions, 123 yards, and a touchdown. I just don't see that happening too often. He only had one other game similar to that, which coincidentally was against the Niners in week 2. But if you look at the next 5 weeks, he has Baltimore in week 6, Jaguars week 7, Rams in week 8, a bye in week 9, and Ravens again in week 10. So that's just like, not great matchups, right? And he's a hot name right now. You can get a lot for Tyler Boyd right now based on that last game. So I think now is the time. If you need a running back, you need a tight end, something to fill in your team better, use Tyler Boyd in a package or trade him straight up. But I think now is the time.
I think he's going to have another good game. That's a tough one. If you got a guy
another thing I forgot to mention is AJ Green could be back next week.
That's not that bad.
Real. It could.
He has done better.
It's not that bad, but
he has done better with AJ Green. If you look at the stat, I mean, that may not happen. I'm just saying I
don't think that's going to happen in this case moving forward.
I think it helps because John Ross is out. And so John Ross.
What about Auden Tate? That's another mouth you got to feed now. And then also Eifert is healthy for once. There's a lot of mouths to feed. I'm just saying the game is buy low, sell high, like you said.
I think
this is his highest point.
I think it's tough.
Right now.
I think he'll continue. So
you think he's going to have a good game against Baltimore, a good game against Jaguars, good game against Rams, and then another good game against Baltimore in week 10.
Okay, maybe not against the Rams.
I'm just saying, you could get a lot for him now.
I think he's going to have a good game against the Rams. I think Ravens. I think he's going to get targeted. Now, if you can get a running back, I always like that. So no matter what, I don't know about letting go of Boyd. I feel like you got Boyd in round 5. And you did well, and I think he'll continue to do well.
Okay. Well, just know the game before Arizona in week 4, he played the Steelers. He only had 3 receptions for 33 yards and no touchdown. So that's the floor.
The Bengals,
you've seen the ceiling,
Bengals do have
the floor.
That wasn't necessarily his fault, but that's the Bengals. Their O-line is.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
horrible.
Might as well get out of that offense. Like, do you want to be invested in that offense? I don't. If you're a Mixon fan, you don't want any part of that.
You know what I say? The least amount of Washington players and Dolphin players and Bengal players
the
better you are. I think that's one step to not being in the toilet bowl. Wait, what is the winner of the toilet bowl or loser? The winner of the toilet bowl finishes 11th place, right? And the loser finishes 12th.
Correct.
Okay, that's the way not to be the loser of the toilet bowl.
Don't be a loser of the toilet bowl.
The El Saco.
Yeah, it's just bad. Yeah. So I'll stick with the receiver trend right here. And everyone knows this guy had the biggest performance of any receiver probably in the last 20 years. And we all know who I'm talking about. And that's Will the Thrill Fuller, who had an amazing game last week in week 5 against Atlanta. Wow. He had basically as much production as him and Hopkins should have had combined. You know what I mean? Like, Hopkins didn't really do much. He had 16 targets, 14 receptions, 217 yards with 3 touchdowns. So that alone, there's no way he'll ever come close to that type of performance.
I think he got tackled at the 1-yard line twice.
He could have had, he could have had
5 touchdowns.
4 or 5 touchdowns. You know what I mean? If you played him last week, you won. I'm pretty sure you won. Like, it would be hard to lose with that performance on your team, I'd say. But if you look at that, right? Before that, he wasn't doing anything. He had 2 receptions week 1, 4 receptions week 2, 5 receptions week 3, 3 receptions week 4, nothing over 70 yards until last week. He hadn't scored until last week. And then he has another good matchup, a great matchup, week 6 against the Chiefs. That should be a shootout. So right now is the time to get something good for Will Fuller because he's the hottest wide receiver name right now. And he can be very boomer bust. So if you're ready to, not have that volatility on your team and you're willing to capitalize and get something back for Will Fuller, this is the time.
It's really Deshaun Watson that's playing well, not necessarily Will Fuller, So I think DeAndre Hopkins gets it this game against the Chiefs.
I hope. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's probably not going to do as good. Well, I know he's not going to do as good this week. So, yeah, it's a good time. And then week 9, he has the Jags. Week 10, he has a bye. Week 11, he has Baltimore. So that's not good. 3-game stretch, late in the later part of the season.
What about this next guy? Why do you have this guy on this list?
I know you guys are going to think this is controversial, but I have Zach Ertz on this list only because I only recommend you shop him if you have another tight end that's good.
Of course,
so let's say
Andrews. A lot of people have
Andrews
and Ertz, yeah.
Yes, or Waller and Ertz,
Yeah.
right? Like if you are one of the lucky people, or I don't know how, but if you have a Kelsey, you probably don't. But if you have a Waller and Ertz, which you could have,
only in the throne,
a Disley and Ertz, which you could have, a Waller and Ertz, which you could have, then that's the only reason why I would recommend this, okay? So the reason why I'm recommending this is because he hasn't scored a lot of touchdowns this year. He has 1 touchdown this year. And I think that once Deshaun Jackson comes back, that's going to be another mouth to feed. Also, he doesn't get a lot of yards, and he has a really bad 6-game stretch coming up. So he's at Minnesota week 6. Really good defense. Week 7 at Dallas. Week 8 at Buffalo, another elite defense. Week 9 against the Bears. Week 10 bye week. Week 11 at New England, or facing New England. So that's not a great 6-week stretch coming up starting now. And you can get a lot for Zach Ertz right now. So for me, what I did, I had Mark Andrews, for instance. I traded Zach Ertz. I really need a receiver. And I got Kenny Golladay, who I think has a lot of upside, a lot of red zone targets, especially with Hawkinson kind of being not that good and not healthy all the time. He's going to get a lot of red zone targets in that offense. So I had to do what I had to do. But in order to do that, I had to trade Zach Ertz. And you might have to do that too. He's very valuable right now. Trade him before he hits this rough patch of defenses. That's just my theory.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Ertz, but I feel like he's the safest tight end.
No, you think he's the safest tight end?
Well, Kelsey's been a huge bust so far.
Waller's the safest tight end.
Waller had one bad game. He had like less than 1 fantasy point. So
okay, agreed. But like I said, like he's been safe, but he hasn't been like amazing.
No,
like he hasn't had any big games.
Safe.
He's been very average. It's like 10 points. It's nothing to like. If you're not in PPR, it's even worse.
I think.
You know what I mean?
I think what all you're saying is if you have 2 good tight ends, trade one.
Right.
That's
trade
really
one.
all you're saying. I think.
But you can't really get a lot for like people aren't gonna give you back what you could get for Zach Ertz for like an Andrews or like someone like that. They will give you something good for Zach Ertz. Like you will get quality in return for Zach Ertz. You can't necessarily guarantee that.
I feel like it's such a bad. It's so hard to trade right now because of all this uncertainty.
I've done it all. I've made many trades this past couple weeks.
You did just trade Ertz.
I literally just traded Ertz.
Okay, Will Fuller's a tough one to trade. Someone's saying no one's biting on that.
How is no one biting on that? He had a 50-point game.
How do you do these trades? You're a good salesman. Is it
you gotta identify things?
Okay.
You gotta study the composition of the other teams. Also another thing, the people on the bottom are more likely to trade, obviously. So you gotta right? They're more desperate, more loose with their trades. So like that's another thing. You want to target the people that are like 0-4, like 1-3, Like they're more looser because they know that they have to make moves. They get desperate. So it's really about reading the league. Like, you know what I mean? But I think the best way to do it is to like call the person or like text them directly. Like you have to have a dialogue. If you just send out a trade and you don't have any communication with the person, you don't know what they're feeling, then it's a lot harder. But if you're having a dialogue, it's a lot easier to pull off.
And then
it's more of a negotiation.
So who needs a wide. Okay, so let's say I'm 1-4, all right, and you think I might need a Fuller. What do you text me? What do you tell me?
I'm just like, do you see that game? Now he's finally like you're selling the touchdowns. Like he's finally, doing what he's supposed. You drafted him to do, right? Like this is what you drafted Will Fuller for. He's the guy. You can sell him like, oh, look at Hopkins. He's actually not the number one target. Will Fuller could be from now on. You just say whatever. And you want to appeal to people who maybe like the Texans, like, that watch the Texans and who are excited about that offense. Like, you just got to highlight the good. And it's all about people. So you'd want to sell him to someone who needs a receiver bad, needs like a big shot,
So I see the Le'Veon Bell I see is easy. Damian Williams, easy. Josh Allen, we says more of a free agency. Tyler Boyd, I see easy. Will Fuller could be tough. And you're saying Zach Ertz, like, I mean, you got Galladay, who's a much later draft pick, but you're saying, it is what you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do. If you're weak in wide receiver, you got to get someone with upside.
And you got two tight ends. Tight ends don't score a ton of points, so starting them in flex is not that ideal.
It's not great. I didn't want to start Mark Andrews and Ertz. Like, that's stupid.
We're doing that in the Throne League, and it's okay.
It's not great.
Yeah, we got Kittle and Andrews. And we drafted all the running backs. So we drafted Saquon. I picked up Gallman like a psychic. I picked up Gallman like 3 weeks ago.
I would just shop Andrews out. But see, that's the thing.
They didn't want to give me anything. They wanted to give me Tom Brady. I didn't want Tom Brady for Andrews. I know,
but that's why I have Ertz here, because like people won't give you anything good for an Andrews. They'll give you something good, but it'll take an Ertz to like really move the needle. You know what I mean?
We couldn't trade Kittle because he wasn't having a good game. Like this was before.
But now you can trade Kittle. Yeah.
I don't want to trade Kittle.
But now you don't want to trade Kittle. Like it's
because they drafted Kittle. No, like I try to tell them that's the best tight end right now in the game, in real life at least.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
And so
highest rated.
Yeah. I mean, he's blocking. I mean, too. You don't get points for that, but you're just blocking the speed, the catch, the big play, the yak.
So I traded Ertz, right? But immediately I looked on the free agency and I saw someone dropped Hawkinson and I saw he's coming back. So I picked him up real quick. So at least now I'll still have like two tight ends that could be, elite, I guess. Hawkinson has potential, but at least I have two. I like to have two tight ends like all times that are usable.
Let's do
that can be traded.
Some Q&A. Toby says, "What's up?"
What up, Toby?
Jorge says Sam Darnold is a buy low player. I think he's just a low player.
I think
That's a good QB3 for your team.
Yeah, you don't want him to give your team mono.
Oh yeah. If you add him, if you use a top priority waiver claim, he could give your team mono. Yeah, that's not good.
You don't want that.
Toby says, one of my leagues, I have Dak, Amari, C-Mac, Carry-On, Godwin, Hawkins. What?
You better win, dude.
Fuller, Cup, and another one of my leagues.
You can't win with that. You're doing something wrong. I'm sorry.
So I take it you're good in that league. Start Dak or Murray this week, Couch. Dak has a higher floor, but Murray has the higher ceiling. Correct?
We're pushing Murray.
Yeah, hard. I'm going. I benched Brady for Murray.
I have Murray as my starting quarterback in 3 leagues.
What did Brady do today? 2 rushing touchdowns.
He did bad.
He got 2 rushing touchdowns though. That's kind of crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Dude, Josh Gordon got hurt. Did we talk about that at all?
No, we didn't even talk about Thursday night.
We should talk about it. Let's talk about it. Josh Gordon's hurt. That's horrible.
That's why they need to trade for O.J. Howard. What about that guy Gunner, 5th string wide receiver?
Oh, that's horrible. When is the N'Keal Harry coming back? He's on IR.
He's on IR, so the earliest would be week 9, I think.
Okay, so that's possible at
It's the
least that they might get
earliest,
back
though.
in week
Yeah.
9.
And James Devlin is on
It's not that
IR.
far. It's only 3 weeks away.
But
So
we'll see. So they have about 5 players on IR, approximately. I don't know. Chris is the expert. He knows. And they can only bring, I think, 2 back.
well, they definitely should bring him back.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Gordon's injury doesn't look bad, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
I thought he tore a PCL or something. I heard. Someone said it was bad.
Oh, Chris Smo says week 8.
Week 8 off the
Really?
wait.
That's how it is? Oh.
I thought it was week 9. But
I thought it was 8.
I think it's 8 weeks you have to be
no,
out.
this guy knows.
Okay, all right. I defer to
He
Chris.
knows. Yeah. Because me and him talked about it.
Okay.
Like, he's like, these are the players that can come back. So they need a lineman to come back, a fullback to come back, a wide receiver to come back. Let's see who comes back. Anybody like Henderson from the Rams, that's only a super deep league. Oh, Darrell Henderson. I thought you meant Higbee. Darrell Henderson is actually. So we didn't even talk about the handcuffs. So Chase Edmunds,
we kind of did.
Chase Edmunds, the handcuff to David Johnson, clear cut. Now with Todd Gurley, Darrell Henderson's going to be the main guy, but Darrell Henderson will.
Wait! You said Darrell Henderson's going to be the main guy?
No,
I don't think so.
Malcolm Brown's going to be the main guy.
Yeah.
Darrell Henderson will get a significant amount of touches, though.
What do you think the split? Like, what's the percentage?
Probably
Like
70-30.
70-30?
Yeah, 70-30. Just a guess. And all we can do is guess, especially if Sean McVay tells us. We don't want to trust what he says because that dude always lies.
Is Malcolm Brown good at receiving, like catching the ball?
I think he's okay. I don't know.
Because I know that Darrell Henderson is known for.
Darrell Henderson can catch, yeah.
Yeah. He's more of a scat back.
I don't know if Malcolm Brown can.
I don't know.
So
that I don't know.
They'll definitely use both. And with Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown's more likely to score a touchdown in the red zone, for sure.
Yeah, I would say so. And get more opportunities. Okay, Chris says it is week 9. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, that's what we thought. Okay.
All right.
So the earliest Nikhil can come back is week 9.
9.
Wesley says 72-25. I think he meant 75-25. Henderson is like Malcolm to Gurley. I guess in a way, yeah, sure. It's not. We've only played 5 games and it's been messy, so it's not been like a clear cut role. Hollywood or Cooks at flex.
Wait, I thought Cooks was injured. Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, he is. But I don't think he's ruled out.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't mess with that.
So if he's healthy, don't even start him.
Against the Niners, no.
I figure the Rams, they're gonna score. It's just not everyone's gonna score on the Rams. That's
I know.
thing.
Wait, who was the other player that were
Hollywood Brown or Brandon Cooks?
Who are the Ravens playing? Cincinnati. Oh yeah, I'd rather go Hollywood.
Let's go Hollywood's upside because Lamar. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson's going to have a good game. The whole team should be pretty good.
Yeah. Yes.
Against them.
I think so.
Chris says my bet is Wynn. That's the offensive lineman, and Harry returned from IR. Yeah, I think they really need N'Keal Harry now. What about that guy Antonio Brown? He's been free agent.
What's he doing?
Man, he's so talented. That's crazy. Some of the most talented players aren't even Trent Williams in Washington. He's not playing.
That's just ridiculous. That situation.
That owner is so whack, bro. I heard the Patriots offered a first rounder for him.
He said no.
Dude, how did you not just take that? Like, can't you just sometimes you feel so relieved when you cut your losses? But a first rounder, for a team that's really bad. That's gold. Like that's all. What's Washington playing for right now? They should be playing for first round. They need to do what
the Dolphins are doing and tank now.
They don't know how to tank.
They don't know how to. They don't do anything. They can't even tank right.
They can't even tank right.
Can't even tank right. Like that's how bad you are as an organization. You can't even fail correctly. Like you're messing up that. It's not even that hard to do.
Dolphins are going to walk into that draft strutting with a lot of confidence. They're going to be like, oh, yeah. They have so many draft picks.
They should just make The Rock the owner, like so it's real, like Ballers. Like, I feel like he could legitimately buy the Dolphins. I don't think he could buy the Chiefs in real life.
Buy the Dolphins. That would be
but
so
the Dolphins,
awesome.
you might be able to buy at this point.
Yeah, he'd be.
Make it happen, Rock.
This would be crazy. It'll be like one of those surreal, like when they interview who plays Iron Man. That guy's role got so. That's how he talks now. He talks like he's playing Iron Man, and then that's what would happen if we open ESPN or NFL Network. We turn it on, and they're interviewing The Rock about who they're gonna draft. It's like,
can you see that though? Like that's actually like realistic to me. Like
yeah, he's been racking up a good amount of dough. He probably needs maybe some help, but yeah, he can definitely buy it.
Jay-Z can own part of the Nets. He can definitely.
Yeah, Rock can do it, bro, and he knows people like,
and it's on brand. You know what I mean? He's always in Miami, like driving his Ferrari around.
Dude, it's gonna be one heck of a crossover. Like you turn it on, you don't know if you're watching Ballers or if you're watching the NFL Draft or ESPN. Actual Jay Glazer's gonna interview him. It's gonna be such a crossover. Like we don't even know what's going on. That would be sick.
Thank you, everyone.
That would be crazy. Dan Snyder needs to sell the team, trade Trent, and fire Bruce Allen. Yeah, that's.
If it only were that simple.
South Park, man, they be predicting so many things. They're so smart.
They're like the new Simpsons. Like they literally predicted the whole thing. I don't want to get into any politics, but
they predict a lot of things.
Watch last episode.
I'll just say they're smart as all.
Smart, yeah. You do the math,
bro. When is Q&A? I have the trade. We're doing Q&A now, but we're also enjoying ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
We're doing Q&A.
We like to riff and go on tangents here and hypothetical situations.
It is a podcast too, so yeah.
Gotta have banter, everybody.
Trade Derrick Henry. His question's long, but I feel obligated to read it.
Can you shorten it, make it more digestible?
Hard when it's live. Trade Derrick Henry for Tyreek Hill, but Hill owner never responded.
Then move
Should
on.
I move to another team that needs? I'm not gonna read it anymore.
That's a terrible question.
The trade master has responded. Also cuffed McCaffrey. Bonifant is a beast. I don't know the obsession.
You're not gonna win.
I don't know the obsession with this Bonifant guy. Bonifant is a beast. Played wide receiver, RB. I guess it's if McCaffrey gets hurt. I guess
it's not like he's as good though.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about C-Mac possibly winning MVP.
Yeah, you can't replace.
The Panthers are not that good. They're not. He is the Panthers. Yeah, he is the Panthers. He is what we thought Zeke would be to the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Zeke is not that to the Cowboys. C-Mac is that to the Panthers. Yeah,
do you think Zeke turns it around, or is this what we get?
I think we'll have a couple linemen injured. I think this is a great matchup for Zeke. But I don't.
He did play better last week. He did play a little better.
He's never been a top. I don't know if he's finished top 5 any week. So,
not this season, no.
Yeah, not yeah. Of course, before he was amazing. So, but he's been good. That's the thing.
Because he didn't go to training camp? Is it because he was in Cabo?
No, so there's a couple linemen out, and the offense has changed. This is why everyone has Dak. It's because this offense is different.
Oh, it's because of what's his name? The offensive coordinator,
Kellen
the new guy.
Moore? No, what's his name?
He went off script and was like, "We're not gonna run the ball Zeke anymore. We're gonna throw."
Which I think is smart because
it is smart.
Yeah,
I think
because it puts pressure on the defense, and so now you have you can run, you can throw. When the defense doesn't know what's gonna happen, because before it was always first down, second down, run. You can't do that anymore.
Can't do that anymore. It just sucks that Zeke's ceiling is a lot lower now.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Great. So someone asked, is the Niners a good streaming defense? And
what do you mean streaming?
I'd say Niners are just a good defense, and you can only say that about the Patriots and Bears. So
Yes,
they're just a
exactly.
good defense. And this isn't an ideal week to start them, but I would still be happy if I started them this week against anybody. That's how good they are. They can put up points in several different ways. Like, at least get maybe a sack or two, That's a point.
Oh, they're getting a
Yeah.
sack.
Yeah.
They're definitely getting at least 2 sacks.
Especially
Maybe
if
Bosa.
Gurley is out.
Gurley's gonna be out, everybody. Because the thing about that is that it's been a long week. They haven't played since last Thursday, so it's not like they're just resting. Like they've had extra
That
days.
was against the Seahawks, huh?
Yeah, so if he's not ready with extra time, he's not gonna be ready. Like that's just observation.
Jax asks Niners against the Rams or Seahawks against Cleveland or Panthers against Tampa Bay.
I would do Seahawks based on what I saw in person on Monday.
That's a tough one. I would definitely say not the Panthers because that's too volatile. I'd probably go Niners, but it's close.
Well, I know, but you'd rather play the Rams than the Browns who put up 3 points against the Niners last week?
Yeah, it's in Cleveland.
On a short week?
It's in Cleveland, and Vegas thinks it's going to be different, so
I don't think it's going to be that different.
We'll see.
But it could be wrong.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Well, the Browns do. I haven't seen anything from the Browns that's like.
Baker regressed a lot.
Yeah, so I think the only way they really do well is if OBJ gets a lucky play or two.
Yeah.
And they run with Chubb all day and it works.
That's not going to happen against the Seahawks. I just don't see it.
Yeah,
it's
tough. Well, I'm torn, I'll be honest. So
because I think the Rams could legitimately score on us. Like they have the
No.
Yeah,
Vegas has it as a high scoring game. They think the Niners could score on the Rams too, and the Rams could score on the Niners. Yeah, I see Everett having a good game.
Me too, hopefully.
Okay, next question. Pick one to bench, please.
Okay.
Mixon, Breida, Juju,
Mixon.
Gallup.
Mixon.
Not Juju?
That's easy. Nah. I'd rather bench Mixon. I don't want any part of that anymore.
It could be a bad one for the entire Bengals team.
It will be bad. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. That's a tough one too. Is Case Keenum worth a pickup as a streamer?
No.
Only in dual quarterback leagues. I don't know.
Even then.
I don't know how your teams look because this is the guy asking these questions. I don't know.
There's got to be someone better.
I don't know how your league is set up.
Is Minshew available? Get Minshew. He's better.
Yeah, check out my waiver videos. They come out every Tuesday on the Fantasy Couch channel. So check them out. I rank this week. I ranked 100 players. So
get Josh Allen.
I'm missing nobody. Well, he needs him to start this week, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Forgot about that.
No, look, Case Keenum could have an okay game, but do you really want to start him over whatever the 25 other quarterbacks? Like,
yeah,
there's really
there's
over 20 other quarterbacks I would rather start. Like, I just don't trust.
That's being nice.
Yeah,
that's conservative estimate.
You guys think Hunter Henry plays this week? I don't think so.
Maybe. I think
next week.
Yeah,
not this week. Chris asks, should I trade Mark Andrews for Tevin Coleman and Hollywood Brown?
Maybe.
I think he had like a Disley or he had another tight end. He just said, I forgot who it was.
Then yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman's good, man. He's really good.
Yes. So you're getting a RB2.
Yeah.
And then you're also getting a, high upside wide receiver 3.
Wide receiver 2. That can bounce, that has a chance to bounce back.
Yes, exactly.
Picked up Hunter Henry as my tight end too. Yeah, I wish that Hunter Henry was available in my league as well. I'm jealous. I have Chark, Moore, and Golladay starting. Marvin Jones, Sutton, Will Fuller. Any changes?
No, that's fine. Just go with it.
I would bench Chark and start.
Really? Yeah, Chark's been amazing.
I think Chark's gonna have a bad week.
I don't think you can bench Chark after. You can, but you shouldn't, just based on his production, this consistent production this season. He's the 5th best wide receiver.
Well, I like him more than DJ Moore.
Yeah, bench
so I would start Fuller over DJ Moore.
I'm just saying, don't bench Chark. That's crazy. Don't do that.
I might. Yeah, that's tough.
You can't do that.
Okay.
not
So
smart.
start Fuller, Chark, and Galladay.
There you go. Boom. Sold.
Texans, Chiefs. Come on. You got to start players in that game.
Yeah.
Cutter says it's an 18-team league.
Whoa.
Only QB is Allen and Rosen left. Well, pick up Allen as a stat.
Yes.
Well, he can't start him. He needs to start.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, that's great that Allen is available. I
Yeah,
don't know
get
how
him
that's
now.
possible.
That's what
He's
I'm saying.
only-
This is a buy low. This is the perfect buy low that I
Or
was
just
talking
free.
about.
Yeah, pick him up.
Yeah.
Allen's only available in 2 of my leagues. So
Well, I just picked him up, so I know that he's available.
he's available in 2 of my leagues, but it's just incredible. My point is, it's incredible that he's available in an 18-team league. That's like a no-brainer.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people really like know about him really. Yeah. He hasn't really like broken out into the national scene
It's Buffalo
in my
team.
opinion, like fantasy scene. Yeah.
because he plays on Buffalo, I think.
Yeah, like people don't know he's like a great rusher. He's like 6'6". He has great size, huge arm. He's like
Yeah.
a first round pick. Like they don't know all
The
this.
Niners are even a little bit like that because, Niners haven't had much coverage the last few years. They're like, who's a wide receiver on the Niners?
Yeah,
And
like no one knows any wide receiver.
No one knows anything
at
about
all.
Kyle Juszczyk. Who's that? Like
They don't
the
know
GOAT.
running backs. Like who's the running back? Like 5 different guys.
Kyle Juszczyk. He's like James Conner, but way better. That's what he is.
Yes, great, great comparison.
Chris says he has Disley and Hawkinson. And then who was the tight end he was trading?
Trade Hawkinson.
No, he was the
Don't-
tight end. He was trading.
Oh, it was Mark Andrews.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, that's like my situation then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So trade Mark Andrews. Yeah.
He's
and
getting
then-
Coleman and Hollywood
That's
Brown.
great. That's great.
The
That's
only
beautiful.
bad thing is you have to drop a player. That's the only bad thing.
I'm sure you can.
Well, if you
find
have a
someone.
crappy player, it's not that big of a deal at all.
Well, most people have. one.
Yeah. I wouldn't trade Cup for anything. Okay.
Can we talk about Byron Pringle real quick? I don't know anything. Like, is that a good pickup?
I'd say he's
Like a question for me. Like, I
he's
don't.
good if Tyreek. So Watkins is unlikely to play.
I'm gonna say he's not playing.
If Tyreek
So-
Hill plays, I wouldn't. I
Do you
wouldn't
think
really.
Tyreek Hill's playing? Like,
Yeah, I think he's gonna play.
Okay, so if he's playing, I think where does Pringle fit in then? Is he the second
Don't
guy?
even do
third
it.
guy?
Don't. It's not even worth it.
Are you sure? Okay.
No, I'm not. He could be the second guy because he had a slight break, but
Yeah, he
I
had a
wouldn't.
He had a break.
Just to me, if you're in a 12-team league and Tyreek Hill is playing, to me he's not worth the roster spot.
Okay, let's say he's not playing then.
If Tyreek Hill is not playing,
Yeah, he's not playing.
then Pringles, is a great stream.
Okay, like flex play.
Yeah, I mean, why? If you need it, yeah, why not? Because he's starting now.
Right,
So I
right.
need
That's what I'm
that-
saying. I'm trying to get a read on like his value.
I need that top 3. Like, I need some kind of assurance because you want some kind of floor.
Mhm.
Right, you don't want to open the can of Pringles and there be no chips in it.
I see what you did.
There'd be
yeah.
no crumbs, nothing. You just get a goose egg. So,
They say you can't have just one start.
well, that's if Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins are both out, and you might just go and eat the whole thing in one
That was a
city.
We're doing Pringles puns at this point in the podcast.
Guys, make sure you guys go get a can of Pringles. They have those half size. It's a sponsor for Fantasy Couch, official sponsor for Fantasy Couch podcast. You can't have
Will it to
just
happen?
one. Tell them when you go to Walmart, tell them the couch sent you. You'll get a free surprise.
That's hilarious.
Melvin Gordon does better this week. I think he's steadily climbing into that starter role. So I think I'd still be wary this week, and then maybe later. I think there'll be a lot of Austin Eckler involved.
I just think Austin Eckler is the one to own for the rest of the year. Like if you have him, he's the guy that has more upside and like will produce, in my opinion. Until I see a dramatic change, I just think that Eckler's
I
the
told you
guy.
guys the situations. I told you not to trust Melvin.
Don't trust him.
Look, it's already week 5, and it's like, I
Like,
don't
are
know.
you
Do
that
we
high
start
on Melvin
Melvin Gordon?
anymore? Starting to look like the
That was my sell high as soon as the news came out. Like, sell
That's
him.
true. I do remember that. I was like, wait, you're gonna sell him before he even does anything? And you're like,
Yeah, that was a great moment. That was it. That's the height of his career. It's all downhill from
it's
now.
like a world of potential. You know what I mean? Like anything can happen. So you can imagine him being like the best, or you know what I mean?
And that's how you
wouldn't
gotta
be
sell him.
bad.
Be like, hey man, RB1 for the Chargers. Like he's a first round pick in fantasy.
You're right. You were right.
Yeah,
I'll admit you were right.
Well, right now we'll see what happens, but right now it's like it's still a big question mark, and that's not good.
I would have traded him. I wish if I had Melvin Gordon, I wish I traded him before he played.
And that's the thing. You can usually find a good buyer.
Oh yeah, for Melvin Gordon, yeah,
because he's got the big name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I start Lindsey? I'd say probably yes, but we don't know.
Probably yes.
What should I target for Woods? I'm kind of done with him. Well, this is good opportunity. I think you start him and hope he has a huge game and then trade him.
He's not going to, but maybe
he could. I know you don't like him this week. I think he'll have a good week. He has a good chance. I think the Rams will score. So I don't know who's going to score, but the Rams are going to score multiple touchdowns.
Are you sure though? Like, how sure are you? Like, our defense looks pretty good. I just don't see anyone lighting up our defense.
You got Vegas saying you can always go under. It's a high scoring game. It's right there.
My eyes
go
didn't
to Nevada.
Person, like,
you can't play monkey knife fight there, but you sure can go under on that game. If you doubt it,
I think you should. I'm just gonna give you guys a hot tip. Like, I just don't see the Rams doing that great against us. Like, they're gonna have a hard time.
It could be messy,
especially without Gurley.
The Rams have turned the ball over an insane amount of times.
And Goff has small hands. That's what Bosa is just gonna. I mean, it's gonna be fumble city out there. I'll tell you that right now.
When Hunter Henry comes back, should I play him or Disley? Play Disley. And then just hope Hunter Henry doesn't get injured his first game back. Which will never happen. I mean, the Chargers have the best of luck, right? That type of stuff never happens with the
best trainers.
San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers, and that never will happen. So, just play with Disley until Hunter Henry becomes a Hall of Famer, and then start starting.
No, as soon as he has one good game, trade
him.
Before he gets hurt.
There's always a tight end one trade.
Yeah, exactly. You can sell that.
Sell all the Chargers players. That's a good general rule. It works if you can sell them high.
That's true. You can sell them high.
And last question: Eckler or Damian Williams this week? I'm going Damian Williams for a big game.
I'm going Eckler. I'm an Austin Eckler.
You're not afraid of the Melvin?
Nah.
Oh man, you're not?
Nah, I'm not. I just don't believe it.
I think Damian Williams is gonna have 22 fantasy points.
So Austin Eckler could have like 30.
18.
Well, the probability is a lot higher with Austin Eckler because he's done it already.
Yeah, he has. And going up against a third string quarterback for the Steelers.
Exactly.
Both Melvin and Eckler will have a lot of opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going Damian Williams, though. I'm going upside. I'm not sure what's going on with the Chargers.
Well, I hope you're right because I have Damian Williams in the couch league, and I do want him to do well.
Yes, we have him in a couple. I have him in both expert leagues, and we're desperate at running back.
I'm desperate right now.
So
that looks like a horrible pick so far. So hopefully our Damian Williams stock pays off starting this week. Please.
I think he'll do good. It'll be one big game, and then I don't know what's going to happen after
Trade
that.
him? He's going to be on the next week.
He'll be on the next podcast. All right, guys, make sure you guys follow the link below in the description, or just head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code COUCH when you deposit. Head on over to the Star Shootouts. Head on over to the Fantasy Challenge, enter, and you'll be part of the Fantasy Couch Fantasy Challenge for this week. Top 5 win additional prizes to the cash you would win already on Monkey Knife Fight. Also, it really helps support the Couch brand. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast, and our main channel, Fantasy Couch. You can find the podcast on Apple, Google Podcasts, and Spotify and all the other podcast stations as well. Like this video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. Peace.